when my mom was murdered, and I was so angry. I was walking around and I had this flash that I've spent all day and I have not even thought about forgiveness. You know, I felt like I have to do this. I've seen people have unforgiveness in their lives, hold on to it. I've experienced unforgiveness in my own life and holding on to it, and I knew that this was not good for me. And so I began to try to put into effect the method that we had developed in our groups to help people forgive, to reach forgiveness, where reach, R-E-A-C-H, is an acrostic that stands for 5 steps to forgiving. So the first step is to recall the hurt. The second step is to empathize with the person who hurt me. The third step is to give an altruistic gift of forgiveness, not a self-interested one. Fourth, commit to the forgiveness I experience. And H, hold on to the forgiveness. So I began to try to apply that method to see if I could begin to forgive the murder of my mom. And so I started thinking about what it must have been like for a youth standing outside of a darkened house on New Year's Eve, thinking that no one is home because they're perhaps at a New Year's Eve party, thinking they're going to create a perfect crime, and then with all the adrenaline of doing this crime, breaking a window, going inside, perhaps letting a buddy inside, and beginning to search this house. And then I let myself imagine what it must have been like to be surprised by a voice, perhaps behind the person, saying, "What are you doing in here?" He turns around. You know, there's this old woman staring right at him. It must have gone through his mind, this is wrong. You know, this was supposed to be a perfect crime. She's spoiling my perfect crime. She's looking right at me. I'm going to go to jail. He's holding the crowbar that he used to break the window. He reaches out, he clubs her again and again. He's very upset at what he's done. He's so upset that he runs through the house. He smashes every mirror in the house. He throws the toaster through the television set. Anything that will reflect his image, he cannot stand. He can't look himself in the face. My brother and my sister and I were in my brother's back room, and I was so angry at learning what had happened. I pointed to a baseball bat and I said, "I wish whoever did that were here. I would beat his brains out." Having just imagined this youth hitting my mother in the head till she died, and just seeing myself say, I would hit somebody in the head till they died, I suddenly just thought, wait a minute, whose heart is darker? Is it this youth who got surprised, who felt that they were going to go to jail, they were afraid? Or is this a researcher who studies forgiveness, who's a Christian, who's 50 years old at that time, and I'm willing to beat somebody in the head till they die? And I thought, my heart is darker than this youth's heart. I knew that if I confessed my sin, I could be forgiven. And I thought, then who am I to hold this youth's sin against him if I can be forgiven of a darker sin, of a darker heart? And so I was able then to forgive the youth and to hold on to that.